Now it is week 14. Nobody's clinched a postseason berth yet, but let's talk playoffs as the picture begins to come into focus. The Jaguars hold a slim edge in the AFC South race and have home field advantage in what could be a pivotal game. The Jags host the Colts Sunday. Both teams at 8-4 and both teams vying for a division title. Now here's a look at what the AFC playoff picture looks like entering the week. The Patriots head into their bye week as the only 11-win team and sit atop the conference. Jacksonville currently holds the 3 seed by virtue of a tiebreaker over Indy. The Texans have won 4 straight but are on the outside looking in. They visit Kansas City on Sunday night in what is a virtual playoff eliminator. I'm joined now by CBS Sports NFL writer John Breech. Breech, as you wrote about on CBSSports.com, the Sportsline model has the Jags taking home the division title by a close margin. Do you agree with the model?
You know, Madeline, I don't always agree with the computers. I fight with the computers a lot. But in this instance, I absolutely do agree with the Sportsline model. I think Jacksonville ends up winning the division. And if you just look around at what's happening right now, let's specifically start with the Indianapolis Colts, where the sky is falling in Indianapolis. You have a quarterback playing with a broken fibula, a team that can't win games, and they have one of the most brutal schedules down the stretch of anyone in the NFL. As a matter of fact, they have the most difficult remaining strength of schedule. So when you're looking at the Colts, it's not just playing Jacksonville Sunday. They have to follow that up in Week 15 with a game against the Seahawks. Then they have to play the 49ers. Then they play Jacksonville again. Then they play Houston. Well, look at these schedules right there. The Colts will be lucky if they win 2 more games. So I think their best avenue to winning the division would be to sweep Jacksonville. And then you look at Jacksonville's schedule right there. They're at 8 wins. They get to play the Tennessee Titans. They get to play the New York Jets. So they have these very winnable games that the Indianapolis Colts don't have. And so if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars and you win those games that you're supposed to win and you split with the Colts, that almost guarantees you a division title. And they get to play in Jacksonville this Sunday, where they have beaten the Colts every year since 2014. So I think Jacksonville is probably going to be pretty confident, and I'm pretty confident that they're going to end up winning the AFC South.
All right, let's see it for the Jaguars. Now, elsewhere in the AFC, the Patriots, they're on a franchise-best 10-game winning streak as they head into Week 14 by comfortably atop the AFC East. It's the first time this season that the Sportsline model has the Pats as the lone Super Bowl favorite. Breech, do you agree that they've separated themselves from the pack?
If they're on a 10-game winning streak, they have the most wins in the NFL. It's hard to argue with the fact that they are the Super Bowl favorite. Drake May is looking like the guy who is going to take home the MVP award. So there is certainly a lot to like here. But to me right now, it is like if Alabama scheduled 14 Sun Belt teams and then they're going to play for the national title. You don't know how good they are. The Patriots have played a historically easy schedule, and obviously they don't make their schedule. There's a scheduling formula. They're winning the games that are in front of them, and that's what you have to do in the NFL. But if you look at those 11 wins, they've only played one team that has 8 or more wins. That's the Bills, and they did win that game. When you look at the 12 highest scoring teams in the NFL, the 12 best offenses, the Patriots have only played 1 game against those 12 teams. When you look at the best defenses in the NFL, the 12 teams that have given up the fewest points, the Patriots haven't faced any of them. So this is a team that just hasn't really been tested yet. And because of that, it's kind of hard to figure out whether they are a real Super Bowl contender or someone who's going to flame out in the first round of the playoffs. So if I was betting, I would not bet on the Patriots to win the Super Bowl right now, but I do absolutely understand why they are the Super Bowl favorite.
I mean, hey, after a 2024 season where they finished 4-13, they're on pace to inverse that, maybe even better. We'll see how it all plays out. Now, another question remains, are the Bears who we thought they were? Chicago currently sitting atop the NFC with a Week 14 division matchup against the Packers at Lambeau on deck. 3 of Chicago's remaining 5 games are against division opponents. The Bears haven't made the playoffs since 2020, and while the model does have the Bears playing January football, it's got them sliding from the 1 seed to 7. So, Breech, do you agree with this tumble?
Yeah, hey, the Bears have a lot on the line over the next 3 weeks because they get to play the Packers. They go Green Bay Sunday, Cleveland the following week, and then against the Packers once again. So that is a difficult slate of games right there. Yeah, the Browns aren't great, but the Browns have one of the best defenses in the NFL, so that could certainly give Chicago trouble. And so that is why the model doesn't see the Bears winning the NFC North, is because of that difficult schedule that they have. And then after they go Packers, Browns, Packers, they close the season at San Francisco and then against the Lions at home. And the Lions will likely be desperate for a win because they're also kind of fighting for their playoff life. So I do think 9 wins at this point in the season, that almost certainly gets you in the playoffs. And if the Bears can win at least 2 more, that makes them feel like a lock. But they really haven't been tested as far as facing the top defenses in the NFL. That's exactly what the Green Bay Packers have. So I actually think the Packers end up winning this division. I think they sweep the Bears. But Bears fans, don't hate me because I do think Chicago ends up as a wild card team, but I do not, and that's enough to be proud of. You look at where this team was last year. Ben Johnson has completely turned things around, revamped that offense, and getting to the playoffs would be impressive, whether it's as the division winner or as a wild card team.
Right, you just want to be playing football in January for a shot at it all. We'll see if the Bears can turn it around and make their first playoff berth since 2020. Speaking of wild card teams, though, the Seahawks are a bit baffling. They're 9-3 right now with the 4th most difficult remaining strength of schedule. The model has them projected as a wild card team, but still favors the Seahawks to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Breech, do you have confidence that they can get to the Super Bowl if they're playing on wild card weekend?
I don't know if I have confidence in any NFC team right now. We just saw the Rams lose to the Panthers. The Eagles forgot how to play football. The Bears are the #1 overall seed. Who am I supposed to believe in here? But it is not the Seahawks. The Seahawks have a very, very good team. Jackson Smith and Jigba having a huge season. The defense, Mike McDonald has totally turned around that defense. It's one of the most dominant in the NFL. The one piece of the puzzle that I am not buying into yet is Sam Darnold. We all saw what happened last year, and this feels like we could see a similar situation when he was with the Vikings. They go 14-3. He melts down in that regular season finale against the Lions, turns around in that playoff game, melts down against the Rams, and the Vikings are one and done as a 14-win wildcard team. And the Seahawks could be a 13-win wildcard team this year. We saw Sam Darnold melt down against the Rams back in week 11. And if you look at Seattle's schedule so far, those 3 losses have come against 3 of the top NFC contenders, the 49ers, the Buccaneers, the Rams. So they have not been able to beat the top teams in the NFC. So that would be my big concern right now is, yes, they are beating up on bad teams. They have not played well against the top NFC teams. And, well, if you want to get through the NFC playoffs, you got to beat the top NFC teams. And so until Sam Darnold wins one of those big games, I'm not sure I can trust the Seahawks, Madeline.
Yeah, fair. I mean, Sam Darnold, who at one point in the season was well in the MVP conversation, can he finish strong and he and the Seahawks make a postseason move? John Breech, thanks so much for the insight. Now coming up, we've got Week 14 action this weekend. Steelers, Ravens, the AFC North, a division still up for grabs at 1 p.m. Colts, Jags, Saints, Bucks, Dolphins, Jets. And then at 4, Broncos, Raiders. Catch all the action on CBS or stream it on Paramount Plus, and make sure to tune in to CBS Sports HQ for pre- and post-game coverage.